One, two, 1, 2. Shalom, 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 peace, and welcome to another episode of DSTM. Don't shoot the messenger. This is episode number 143. This is your brother Math. I acquired first name. IQ is all the same. All praises and honor and glory to the Most High. Yahweh man. We've made it to a hump day. Prayerfully, everybody's been all right, or even better. Everybody's been well leading up through this week. Since we last engaged, which was this past Meta Monday. Powerful information on that episode. Hopefully, you got a chance to tune in. As we're going to continue on with the legacy of Don't Shoot the Messenger and these current events, and touching on the biblical narrative as it pertains to world events, what we're seeing, and local events of what we're seeing going on the earth right now. All right. Shout out to the 12 tribes scattered throughout the four corners of the earth: the blacks, Native Americans, and Hispanics lost in the diaspora, physically and mentally. Shout out to you, man. Praying that our people wake up and repent and our nation is mended back again, as it was spoken of in Ezekiel 37 and Romans 11. Um, let's get right to it, man. I don't have a lot of time today, so I don't want to beleaguer the point with too much filibustering. But, there's a whole game, man. I'm learning about this whole YouTube thing, man. The algorithms and the bots like listen in like for the first 30 minutes to a minute just to try to see what you're going to say. And if you say anything offensive, if anything goes on, they looking to cut you off or affect how the video is circulated. So you already know what time it is, man. Do your brother that favor. Do that your brother that solid, man. Wipe your feet when you come into the house, man. You know what time it is. Everybody knows how I like my house clean. All right. So if you come on in, wipe your feet by hitting the like button. Let's get the algorithms rolling so that notification can go out and that the lifespan of this video can, be sustained. I got a small little thing. We got a small little thing over here at Messengers of the Covenant. This is one aspect of the work that we do, you know, um, providing these episodes that Don't Shoot the Messenger. If you find them enjoyable, you find them knowledgeable, if you find them packed with wisdom and knowledge, understanding, if it's helping you in your quest to continually stay in the fear of the Lord, do your brother a favor. Hit that like button so that you can help your fellow brother and sister. All right. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. I'm not panhandling for your money. I'm not digitally panhandling for likes. Well, I guess I am. I guess I am. All right. I'm gonna have to post up. We'll do current events for likes in the future. But appreciate y'all for supporting what we got going on here, man. But let's get right to it. Let's get right to it. All right. A few things we're gonna have to touch on today. China got hit with a 6 points. I forgot the exact seismograph measurements, but we're gonna get to it. China got hit, as we're constantly seeing them getting afflicted by the Lord. They're being the poster children for what is going to be in the near dystopian future for the rest of the world regarding all the oppressions, all of the afflictions, the hunger, the economic collapse, tanks, garden banks, and all that other stuff. China is the poster child. Don't forget that. All right. E. coli warnings in the waters in Baltimore. They're warning all residents to boil their water because there's E. coli in the waters that's been detected. So not only Jackson, Mississippi, having issues with water, which still is yet to be solved, running out of water resources, or not even running out of water resources, as they're getting donations and water imported from other counties and states and volunteers to help sustain the 80% black population there with their water needs. But now Baltimore, you seeing a pattern here? Heavy populated areas where black folks live, Flint, you know, now Baltimore, not saying that it's conspiratorial that there was a massive flood and storm that happened over there in Jackson, but we haven't heard about that type of flooding in a long time, if ever, in that area. As we're having all kind of weather apocalyptic type situations happening throughout the Americas and the world for that matter. Are we seeing engineered starvation going on? Another food manufacturing plant here on the east of East LA. Here, chicken plant mysteriously on fire. Obama had to visit the White House again, doing more damage control to try to, clean up slow Biden's act after he just made a fool of himself last week. Always Obama got to slide on the cape to slide in and pacify you Negroes and Hispanics that, are scared to jump off of that Democratic ship, scared to jump off of that Republican ship, to get out of the politics. Obama got to come in and stroke your little fragile egos. Plus, the primaries is coming up. So we know what that's about. And you know what they're saying? 70% chance that the Democrats are going to keep the House. How are they doing that? How are they doing that? You know how they're doing it. We're going to touch on all of that. All right. Also, a quick article too, showing how lead gasoline that was being used finally got stopped and banned in 1996. Lead gasoline lowered the IQ of over half of the country. Lowered the IQ, dumbed down over half the country. Yeah, lead, poisoning, all in the air. None of us knew about it. None of us knew. And we're not even talking about the fluoride in the water that also lowers your IQ, as a study done by Harvard scientists proved. Do you understand? There's a specific mission to dumb down the society. And then you're sitting back wondering why people are acting the way that they're acting. But let's get right to the business at hand, y'all. Let's see. All right. So here we go. Dash cam video captures the moment. Shalakia. Dang it. Come on now. Dash cam video captures the moment deadly earthquake strikes China's Sichuan province. All right. Let's get to the video. I got it here on Twitter. Let's open it up. Godzilla! Godzilla! I couldn't help it. I had to do it. Godzilla! Godzilla! Wow. So you see the devastation. You see how the Most High gets to rocking things, right? 46 people killed. Let's look at a little bit of details from the article. Okay. An earthquake that hit China's southwestern Sichuan province has killed at least 65 people and injured more than 200 others. The 6.6 magnitude quake struck southwest of Sichuan's capital, Chengdu, at around 1 p.m. local time on Monday, with aftershocks continuing into Tuesday, impacting an estimated 1 million people. There are currently 65 deaths, 248 injuries, and at least 12 people missing, according to reports. The epicenter of the earthquake was located about 27 miles southeast of Kangding, a city of around 100,000 people, according to United States Geological Survey. The tremor also felt hundreds of kilometers away in the provinces of Shaanxi and Guizhou. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. So we see here, there we talk about earthquakes in diverse places. China again getting hit. Let's look at the scripture right here. Psalm 60 and verse 8. Moab is my washpot. I just did the lesson regarding the children of Ammon and Moab. The Chinese are the Moabites. Now it says, Moab is my washpot. Over Edom will I cast out my shoe. Philistia, triumph thou because of me. So we're seeing how the Most High is going to be judging particular nations, right? But what does it mean, Moab is my washpot? Well, let's look at uh, the word in the Hebrew for wash pot?
Strong's H5518, seer, seer.
Seer, right? So let's look at what that means. See, a pot, pothole utensil. This is the outline of biblical usage. Okay, thorns or hooks. But check this out. From a privative root, meaning to boil up, a pot, also a thorn, as by springing up rapidly, by implication, a hook, cauldron, fish hook, pan, wash pot, or thorn. Now, when you're looking at it from that perspective, and it says this is a cauldron, a boiling up, now we start to see why things are always bubbling and brewing and boiling over there in China. Every minute you're talking about uh, uh, the social credit score. You want to talk about them seizing people's bank accounts. You want to talk about the dictatorships, the one-child policy. You want to talk about war. You want to talk about economics. Now you're seeing earthquakes, right? They're the ones over there that had the tanks on the streets, controlling the banks, seizing everybody's funds. Something always going on. War with Taiwan or potential war with Taiwan. International affairs regarding um, Iran and Russia, America. Something's always in the cauldron. Something's always bubbling and brewing over there with Moab. Now we see them hit with the earthquake. Now they had the most extreme measures when it came down to the DVOC 91. You know that they've got millions of people locked down again over there. They're under another lockdown. Oh, see, I said I was going. I always do this. Look at this. Chinese cities rush to lockdown in show of loyalty to Xi's zero DVOC strategy. More than 70 Chinese cities have been placed under full or partial lockdown since late August, impacting more than 300 million people. You know that's damn near uh, all of America. America's got what? Maybe let's give or take 300, almost 350 million people. Can you imagine if they said all of it? Now, granted, there was uh, lockdowns in America, but not every city was compliant, i.e., Texas, Atlanta, Florida. There was other smaller states. I think Montana, didn't go along with the full-fledged stay in the house lockdown situation, right? But in China, they said over 70 cities are all being what? Loyal, showing their loyalty, affecting over 300 million people, right? Lockdown. See, and these ads is getting on my nerves. But I just wanted to pull that particular point out. So when you're looking at Moab being the wash spot, the Most High said he's going to use them as a hook, as a pan, as a cauldron, boiling up situations. You know what I'm saying? All the time dealing with Moab. So lest you wonder why they always are having issues going on over there, well, that's why. Always an issue going on in China, man. They can't seem to get it right. See that? So we've seen what happened over there. The earthquake rocking them 6.6, 65 deaths and counting in China. So the earthquakes is rocking. They're still talking about volcanoes erupting and agitations for particular volcanoes throughout the world. Things are still getting live, y'all. Still getting live. All right, let's look over here in Baltimore. Baltimore officials issue boil water advisory after high levels of E. coli are detected across several neighborhoods, making Charm City just the latest American municipality this year to grapple with the failure of the water system. So we're seeing here what a failure of the water system. There's a failure in the food manufacturing plants now. Dare we say that this could be conspiratorial? Where and how and why is the food and drink farming situation being looked at with disdain by these people, man? Look, now I'm going off the beaten path again, but this is what happens when you move in the spirit. Um, yeah, this is what I want. Yeah, let's just look at this one. They don't want you doing anything. See all these damn ads, man? Get out the way. See, what is this? Out of here, man. Slucky, let me clear all this madness out, man. Satan always getting in the way, man. Stop. Don't show him. Look out. Close your eyes. Don't fall for the okie doke, man. You know, Satan is always on the move. Okay? But this is how you know, man. They don't want you even producing your own food. I just made mention of a ban on, well, not necessarily a ban, but they are doing a restriction, 15 days restriction from anyone watering their lawns here in California, LA County, various cities being affected for 15 days because, oops, or a water line was leaking. It's gonna take us 15 days to fix. Don't water your lawn, which means your garden, which means your sustainability that you could be growing. Oh, oops, the waters have are a problem here as well, huh? Look what happened to now. If you're talking about any of the most docile, quiet, hush hush Edomites out there, it's the Amish. Okay, all they doing is trying to live on their own separately. They provide organic farming for a lot of different restaurants and cities and counties. And now the government got on their heads. One particular family alone. Despite zero complaints, Amish farmer fined $250,000 facing jail and shutdown for humanely raising animals. Bird in the Hand, Pennsylvania, Amos Miller and his family has been running Miller's Organic Farm for over a century, providing willing and highly satisfied customers with milk, chicken, beef, and eggs. All of the food coming from Miller's Farm is beyond organic, humanely raised, and in a non factory setting, and the animals treated with dignity as they spend their entire lives naturally and stress free out on the pasture. By any moral standard, Miller's Farmer is the leading example of what farming in America should look like. Well, they can't do that if factory farming is taking losses monetarily. They can't do that if the ultimate goal is to get rid of organic so that it can be replaced with GMO, Franken foods, so it can be replaced with Soylent Green, concoctions that the so-called white man makes up. It can't survive if bugs is supposed to be the next delicatessen. You understand? Look at this. Unfortunately, because Miller uses humane techniques and treats his animals well, this has put a government target on his back. Recently, federal judge Edward G. Smith imposed sanctions on his farm, ordering the family farm to pay over $250,000 in fines or go to jail because the Millers don't use the USDA factory farm methods. Oh, you don't inhumanely treat the animals. You know, this makes them non-compliant and thus an enemy of the state. I don't need to go on anymore. If y'all want to look up uh, any more information regarding this, but they just showing you, man, they trying to shut all of this madness down. Anything that's right got to be up out of here. So now we're seeing what happens with more American municipalities dealing with water crises. Baltimore, we know that's a heavily Jake infested city. Now they've got high levels of E. coli running through their water, and the advisory is, hey, just boil the water. You'll be all right. Several cities, including New York City, Jackson, Mississippi, and Bay Harbor, Michigan, have had issues with their main water systems this year. Baltimore is encouraging its residents to use only bottled water after a boil water advisory was issued earlier this week after the detection of E. coli. E. coli contamination can cause intestinal distress with symptoms that include stomach cramps, diarrhea, and vomiting. Oh, let's see. Look who's passing out the water. A public works employee places a case of bottled water into a car in Baltimore after harmful levels of E. coli bacteria were detected in the drinking water. Imagine that. And they telling everybody, hey, just drink bottled water. What this is not gonna continually be available like that. Supplies are limited. When you're gonna have people running back and forth, you understand? And you see everybody there is all Jake. All Jake getting affected by this. What will happen in Jackson? Huh? 80% Jake. This is a picture from Jackson. Water crisis everywhere where Jake is at, man. Imagine that. You know they say you can't go 72 hours without water, man. You're gonna die. So imagine what's going on here. Let me see if I can get up out of here. Where's my Slovakia? Okay, so we're seeing here what's going on. Of course, they're gonna get the little old Edomite a couple gallons, get her by. But imagine that, right? How about this? Engineer starvation. California poultry processing plant went up in flames over the weekend. Another one, you say? Another one. Yeah, and they had another plant up north, chicken plant up north, that had bird flu detected. So now here we are with another issue. QC Poultry saw its Montebello, California processing plant go up in flames over the weekend, adding to a spat of, quote, accidental fires. I mean, is it really accident when it's becoming this blatant? Is it really accidental? I mean, they've counted damn near 100 food and manufacturing plants that have had, quote, accidental fires this year. Reports indicate that the facility located just east of East Los Angeles and southwest of the San Gabriel Valley caught fire at around 4 p.m. on Sunday. When firefighters arrived, they witnessed massive plumes of smoke billowing from the building.
We want to get to breaking news right now from Montebello. This is the scene out there on West Olympic. This is where firefighters say there has been a fire at a poultry processing plant. You can see firefighters pretty much trying to surround and drown this building right now, Ross.
Yeah, firefighters haven't been on scene that long, and this is always the first attempt just to get the fire under control. They have a huge response here, this being a processing plant. We imagine there's all sorts of equipment inside there. Fortunately, because it's a Sunday, we're also imagining that there aren't many people at work there, and you don't see a lot of cars surrounding the facility on the street. Again, it's surround and drowned. Firefighters on scene, and it looks like they're rapidly getting this fire at a poultry processing facility in Montebello under control. It's a breaking story, and new information, of course, we'll get.
I mean, do you hear the droning voice of these newscasters, man? They just talk like it's so matter of factly, just trying to narrate it as they're watching. I mean, have they not realized and understood that this has been going on multiple plants throughout the country? There's nothing click in their head to say what is going on here. We've seen and heard these reports going on throughout the country all this year. Is there any reason why we should not be thinking beyond? Oh, this just happened. It's a Sunday. Fortunately, nobody's at work. It looks like the parking lot is empty. We also see the firefighters trying to put the flame out because there is equipment in there. Could be worse. Looks like there's a man on an actual ladder with water going out of a hose. I mean, good Lord, man. Can you tell us something we don't know? But this is what happens when you got the dumbed down media, man, trying to tell you about the state of affairs and what's going to be happening in your world and my world. Can you trust somebody like that, man? Here are a few of the locations where the incidents have occurred, as well as types of facilities affected. A meat processing plant in El Paso, Texas. Butter production in Caldwell, Idaho. Poultry processing plant in Ontario, Canada. Soybean processing and biodiesel plant in Claypool, Indiana. Numerous chicken farms in Missouri, Maryland, Delaware, and Iowa. A Walmart distribution center in Indianapolis. A Nestle plant in Jonesboro, Arkansas. Need I go on? Numerous egg production facilities in Nebraska, Iowa, South Dakota, and Minnesota. Food processing facility in Maricopa County, Arizona. Numerous turkey farms in Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, and Minnesota. And these dumb goofballs on the damn newscast can't do nothing but drone on and read from the teleprompter, man, and tell you whatever is scrolling across the damn screen. Unreal. Put two and two together, y'all. Here's your boy, Slow Biden, looking lost as usual. As Obama's visit the White House on Wednesday, tensions linger between Obama and the Biden camps. So now they beefing. And, and the Republicans, I mean, the Democrats got internal beef going on. Everybody ain't riding with how slow Biden is moving, but they don't want to give up the House, so they got no choice but to try to ride for him. But we know that Obama is always the savior for slow Biden. When things is looking bad for him, who he call in? Barack, do me a favor. Remember the last time he made that guest appearance? And I think they talk about it in this article. I forgot what it was over. There was something that was going on, man, and Obama had to come in and do damage control. And he called slow Biden Vice President Biden, like, nigga, I'm still in control. They start laughing, man. He didn't even give Joe Biden a pound. He ignored him. He tired of cleaning up his mess.
Barack and Michelle, it's my honor to invite you both to the stage for the unveiling of your official portraits. Come on up.
We ain't even gonna get into the vanity, man. They invite him up because they got some portraits, so they're gonna put them up in the White House, man. But who gives a damn? Oh, Biden. When former President Barack Obama returned to the White House for the first time in April, he received a hero's welcome from Democrats. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi kissed Obama's hand. White House staffers eagerly angled for photos, and Democrats celebrated the Affordable Care Act, the former president's signature domestic policy accomplishment. Then Then Obama opened his remarks by saying, "Thank you, Vice President Biden." President Biden laughed and saluted, and Obama walked away from the podium and gave Biden a hug, vowing he was just making a joke. That was all set up. Now, you're joking in jest. You know damn well. You really calling the shots, man, pulling the strings, prepping slow Biden. And then when he goes off the rails, because he a little off, you got to reel him back in. But for some long time, Biden staffers, the zinger punctuated the celebratory mood. They saw the quip, intentional or not, as part of a pattern of arrogance from Obama and a reminder of the disrespect many felt from Obama's cadre of aides towards Biden. None of that is expected to be on public display Wednesday when Obama and First Lady Michelle Obama returned to the White House for a ceremony to unveil their official White House portraits. Instead, the atmosphere is expected to be similar to a family reunion, filled with stories, jokes, and affection. Yeah, right. This is just to make sure that when these primaries come up, that everybody knows that Obama is still there. And guess what? He's going to pull him out as an ace card if things is looking bad. When these primaries come up on November 8th, he's going to pop up and make sure that, Votes still go to the Democrats, man. Obama still got the ace card. But they're letting it be known that him and Slow Biden and they camps got drama. But as long as Satan is divided against himself, man, they can't stand. So we're good with that too. All right. Look at this real quick. This is a poll that was updated. They got uh these experts, man, that are monitoring the climate of the election. And right now they're saying that there's a 70% chance that the Democrats are going to maintain their power in the House. Just a couple months ago, Slow Biden in July was the most despised. Poll numbers, approval rating was in the tank. All of a sudden, he's up. But we notice, gas has been down. Loan forgiveness is down. He's going to give ID cards for migrants that's coming over. All of this other stuff. Now, check this out, though. And we'll talk about it more this Friday, most high willing. We got Friday Night Lights coming up. It's been a little while. Y'all going to stay up, take your naps, do what you need to do. Friday Night Lights, most high permit. We'll get into it. But one thing, if you notice, those oil reserves, remember that he let loose the end of March? It was for 6 months. I've got the document that says it's going to be up at the end of October. So the gas prices being lowered is the effect of those oil reserves, and they just happen to really start letting them kick in after these elections is over. Gas is going back up. Saudi Arabia already said they're done. They're not pumping no more. They're not pumping extra. That's out. So that meeting that Slow Biden had over there with Ishmael was to no avail. Gas ain't going down because Ishmael was complying and listen to the so-called white man, Biden, or slow Biden. I mean, he got so many damn monikers, Jim Crow Joe and everything else. Gas ain't go down because Ishmael complied, man. Ishmael did just the opposite. Gas is going down because those oil reserves that Slow Biden let loose to appease the people, to make it look like, he's doing a great job. He put the health crisis in check, even though he got hit a couple of times, even though his wife got hit a couple of times, even though Obama got hit, even though multiple White House staffers got hit, even though Fauci got hit after being fully compliant with the health crisis. He got it under control, huh? Well, we'll see Friday, man, because they got even all new measures that's going on. He's doing such a great job all of a sudden. In the last 30 days, man, he can do no wrong. 70% say he's on the way. Can you imagine? A gifted story of the heart, man. All day. Last article, man. Let's look at this. Lead from gasoline blunted the IQ of about half the U.S. population, the study says. Leaded gas was banned in 1996, but exposure to the poison cost people born before then several IQ points on average, researchers estimated. Listen, when you read something like this and you know that people deliberately have this in mind, that profiteering at the cost of people's health and welfare is the business that they're in, how the hell can you sit back and say, I trust them with my health? I trust them with my life? Why do you think they got unleaded gas at your pumps? Hello? Is this thing on? That means that at some point in time, lead was in the gas. And if you look at let's look at, for instance, the Krieger Institute, affiliated hospital with Johns Hopkins. They got sued for doing a lead paint study in low-income housings in Baltimore, which resulted in lead poisoning in Hundreds of black folks declining their cognitive skills, babies born with birth defects. Clearly, the IQ's all jacked up. And here we're seeing a study right here saying half of the U.S. had their mental capacities distorted because the white man says, oh, yeah, lead in the air, lead in the cars shouldn't be a problem. Oh, well, hold on. You know that could affect IQs. So what? We're making plenty of money. Let's get this ball rolling. Exposure to leaded gasoline lowered the IQ of about half their population. No pun intended. I'm not involved in that. About half the population in the United States, a new study estimates. The peer-reviewed study published Monday in the Journal Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences focuses on people born before 1996, the year the U.S. banned gas containing lead. Overall, the researchers from Florida State University, and Duke University found childhood lead exposure cost America an estimated 824 million points, or 2.6 points per person on average. Certain cohorts were more affected than others. For people born in the 1960s and the 1970s, when leaded gas consumption was skyrocketing, the IQ loss was estimated to be up to 6 points, and for some, more than 7 points. Exposure to it came primarily from inhaling auto exhaust. So, are they dumbing down the public? Are they dumbing down society? Are they making you sacrifice your ability to comprehend what's going on? Now we're seeing why people are acting so damn crazy out here, man. Can't put two and two together, man. The wool can get pulled over their eyes so easily. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, man. You talk about Twilight Zone type scenarios, man. You're living in it. I'm living in it. This is the ending episode. DSTM, man, 142. All praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh, man. I pray that everybody is well. If you have not, man, do yourself and your brother a kind gesture by wiping your feet before you leave, man. Hit the like button. All right. Always remember, fear the Most High. Keep the commandments. Don't shoot your messenger. See y'all Friday, Most High willing. Shalom.